So, Balaji, do you want to go over the stories or Sheikh? Okay. So, is Sheikh presenting now? Yeah. You have the URL with you, Sheikh. Just a minute, sir. Take his
Okay.
Ashu. Yeah, share my screen. You able to see my screen, Shu?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
The first one is ELT 2027. As an admin, I need a reader carousel updated. This is a task. We have done this task. I will show you. This task celebrating the 2018 FIFA World Cup titles years and like that books this easily. This is the task. It's done.
That looks good.
Yes, next
So have you actually gone and had a look at this? Because she's off sick today. Has she approved this one?
She's asking about Shivans.
Yes,
She approved
yes, she
it.
approved already.
She has.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
ELT 2022. Eliakan will explain the ELT.
Ashu.
Next student.
ELT 2028. As a web manager, I want to go to migrate based in ELT as well. So as part of this story, I have tested 4 components: pre-test, first, advanced, preliminary. All the 4 assets has been migrated successfully, and all the minor bugs has been fixed, and it is now working as expected.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'm handing to Balaji.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, Balaji.
I'm just sharing my screen. Can you able to see my screen, Sue?
Yeah, you're on the reader side. Oh no.
Okay.
You're in laptop, yeah.
So first user story is server related user story. ELT 2024. As a dev, I need to maintain 2 servers for protection and state server. It is for both English.com and Pearson readers. So now we have configured 2 servers for English.com and Pearson readers in stage, and it is working as expected. But we are still doing we are still doing the Jenkins tool, so that's why we couldn't be able to connect both the servers. But anyway, the 2 servers is working fine on the state server, and Palliyappan has tested both the server IP and both the servers performance, and both are looking good. And we have raised the request for load balancer in both stage and production. So we have already raised the ticket and we are waiting for approval. So once we get the approval, then we just remove the DNS record from the server and we'll just enable the load balancer for both the servers. So once we configure the load balancer, then it will be automatically redirect the user to one IP based on the traffic. So this thing we need to do. So we are still waiting for the confirmation from the support team. So once we get it, then we will do it immediately.
So, is any of this work related to the problems that have been occurring on the blog recently?
Yes, not only blog, this problem is occurring both the blog and readers. So last year also we had faced the same problem in blog and readers. Suddenly it went down for 10 minutes. Then immediately then we had just take the necessary actions. Then we just restarted the server. Then it was working fine. So we checked with Pradeep, the DevOps engineer, that the server configuration and everything was strongly mapped, and we need to create a new instance, and we need to move the code from old instance to new instance. Instance means servers. So then this process we need to do immediately. So this is the urgent task for us. Today I had a meeting with Viran and conveyed him regarding this kind of issue, and he also approved this. So we have raised the request to Viran, and we will raise the request for this kind of work to Viran and Raman. So if we approve, then we'll just start the working immediately. So what we are going to do is, so we need to create a new server. For example, in test environment, we have only one server for English.com and PSL readers. So we are just going to create a one new server, and we just move all the code from old server to new server. Then we'll just check it. If it is working perfectly, then we'll just dismantle the existing server. This is the concept, and we'll just we need to do the same kind of work for test, stage, and production. So if we do like this way, then we won't face this kind of problem in future. So we'll just permanently avoid this kind of problem in future. So this is the primary work for us for now.
So when at the end of this process, there will be a load balancing system in place. Will page speed, page load improve?
Yes.
It will.
Page speed
will there be more capacity in the system? So could we, if we increased the site traffic, or if we increased the load on the website, would it have capacity?
Sorry, can you please repeat?
So would there be extra capacity in the servers if it were needed?
I think we don't need the extra capacity. So the existing capacity is fine, but the load balancer is just connecting both the sites into the single entity. So it will just divide. For example, now they are configured two servers in DNS record. So it is a name record. So it will just take little bit time to load, because we have mapped two IPs in the same DNS record. Then it will just take little bit delay for before the page load. It will take 2 or 3 seconds time to split the IP. So this if we use the load balancer, and we can reduce that kind of extra time. So we can reduce 3 to 4 seconds time for loading the site to the end user, and it will be automatically split the IP. For example, at the time 100 users, if for example if 100 users is using English.com, and the load balancer will be automatically split the two IP, and one IP is for 50 users and another one IP is for 50 users. So this kind of work will doing by the load balancer, but it is not doing by the DNS record. DNS record is random. So for example, 75 users will see server 1, and remaining 25% user will see server 2. So it is not a balancing work. It will be automatically getting either one IP from the server. So this is not a correct process, and that's why we are just preferring the load balancer. So it will be automatically splitting equally to the end user.
Only the load balancer is new.
Yeah. Only the load balancer. Everything is same. Everything is same, and we are just going to implement the new. It is one of the service by Amazon. So we are just going to implement the load balancer instead of the DNS record.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, sure.
So is a spillover Balaji?
Yeah.
Okay.
because we are waiting for the
Okay.
approval. That's why.
So Pratik
this
will be
is-
dropping an email today.
Yeah, he will. He will be dropping the email today for Raman and
Okay.
Viran. So this request, the load balancer request, is already raised yesterday. So I think it will take 5 working days.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And at the end of this process, we will have a stable system that is faster to load pages.
Yes, we'll just have the stable system, and the performances also will be increased. Compared to now, the performance will increase. And definitely the site won't be down for any time, and we need to do some security services also. But as of now, we don't have the security services Amazon servers. Amazon server is there, but we didn't map. So we also suggested to map those kind of security security preferences in our server. So all the things we are just going to do for this preview.
Okay, fine.
Are you sure you will be completing in next month, or will it take more time?
Yeah, mostly we can able to complete next week. So the only thing is the dependencies. We can't get the support immediately from the support team. So we have raised the ticket, but it will take some more time. Based on the approval, then we will get
So
processed.
let it go in the backend. We can put it slowly, rather than putting over a day. Let's wait and
Okay.
commit.
So in the task system, so everything is we have completed. The only just the
Remaining is
load
load
balancer.
balancer.
Yes. And just move on to the next user story. So this is the request raising for Blockfeed subdomain. So last sprint we have done it for production blockfeed.com, and this is so we are now maintaining only one service, only one domain for protection, but we need to test it and we need to maintain this. So that's why we have instead for getting this subdomain for new is and stage environment. So we have raised a request to Naomi, and Naomi has approved with the new version of its new.english.com and blockfeed.english.com. So it's for test server. So blockfeed stage.english.com. So this is the new subdomains suggested by Naomi, and we have also agreed with this subdomain. So everything is completed, and Naomi has approved. So once they are creating the subdomain from there, and then we can easily be able to configure based on the subdomain. No, that one we have already raised. So if Naomi approved, then this process will be automatically taken. So once they complete it, they will let us know. This is the IP and this is the basic authentication details for the subdomain. So once we get the document, then we can.
That sounds good.
Okay, sure. So the next story. So this is a build tool. As a dev, I need to create Jenkins build tools for marketing team so that we can maintain the tool without WAC dependency. So this is so as discussed earlier. So this is just a tool to move the code to one server, move the code from one server to another server. And Pradeep is working for both marketing and GACP. So this tool is created for both GAC and marketing teams. So they have already configured everything. So the only remaining part is they need to test whether the tool is working fine or not. So the testing process is going on from there. At I hope it will be completed by today, end of today or the next issue. So mostly we'll just have it ready for within tomorrow evening. So after that we just remove the dependency from WSH Jenkins. Then in future we can use the Pearson Jenkins for taking the build.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's all for spring 94. Asim. Any questions? Sim?
No, I don't think so. I just probably think. So I've taken on a new website to look after.
Okay.
So it's the Pearson Global Schools website.
Okay, that's great, Sim.
Well, I'm not sure how great it is.
Okay.
Quite a lot of work. And it needs to be, the website platform that it uses needs to be decommissioned by Q4 this year and needs to be rebuilt in some framework that has yet to be decided.
Okay.
So I will be having less time for readers and blog work. I think probably Siobhan will take more responsibility for that. Also, you guys are not doing the PEP work anymore.
Okay.
So there's a meeting this afternoon just to confirm what's going on and to confirm any learnings. Just to catch up on the tickets that you raised, did you ever get any response to them?
What tickets exactly, Sim?
You raised some tickets for PEP on another queue.
Yes, no updates Sim, so far.
No, nothing? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm having there's lots of meetings happening about what's happening with the portal, and so I'm just suggesting that we're available to provide learnings on what's been done so far, and the guys here need to. There's we've given them the scope of work. We've told them what you've estimated the work at, which I think is about 60 weeks, isn't it? And then there needs to be a decision on how that work is resourced, because it's really, as we've all said already, we don't want a development team taken up doing migration work all year.
Okay.
Other things need to happen. So, but without the PEP work, I'm guessing that you'll have some capacity.
Yes, for the development work, right, Sim?
Yes, for development work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because well, I guess so. In terms of what's happening, there will be maintenance of the blog, but I think after the blog feeds are sorted, there won't be too much development on the blog. The readers' website's ticking along okay, and there'll be some content changes coming through for the next sprint, not this one. That's simply changing content pages so that they look more like the rebrand style. So I feel like you'll probably have some development capacity.
Yes, Sim.
So mostly we can do it.
Right.
Once based on the requirement,
Yeah.
then only, because we have only
2 developers and 1 UI.
one UI developer. So based on the requirement and the
And decide.
points, and mostly 99% we can do. The only problem is time, so we need to estimate.
Okay, so that's kind of it really. I just wanted to update you on that. I'm looking at this new website. It doesn't have any developers supporting it at the moment.
Okay.
But it's also a completely, I think it's like a custom built CMS.
Yes.
So I'm just having a look at how that might be supported and how we could migrate that onto another platform. I'll come back to you when I've made some decisions.
Okay. Okay, Sim.
I hope you all have a lovely day at the beach tomorrow.
Sorry, Sim?
I hope you all have a good day at the beach tomorrow.
It's not tomorrow, Sim.
29th.
Yeah, 29th, the next Friday.
Next Friday, yes.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So we need to plan a sprint. I don't really have very much for it.
Okay.
So I guess you've got your development pieces, Balaji, that you can include in the next sprint. So production service and completing the tool.
Okay. Sure, we can add that.
Yeah, we can add it.
So I won't have any Reader's content page work for this coming sprint because Anya wasn't able to provide the content for it in time. So I didn't look at what your velocity is for this sprint. Is it high or low? Hopefully low because there's not much for the sprint.
Yeah, I have not marked for 29th, so it will be less, right?
Oh yeah, she's got 24 and a half or 23, 22. Oh, it's going down all the time.
Because I have not marked for 29 June. It's going to be
Oh yeah, you put 29.
yes. I'll do that later. So it will be 22 points soon.
Yeah. So in terms of the backlog,
Yeah. Shall I open the top one?
it's hard. Yeah, you can have a look, but there's not very much there.
Okay. The audio on this page is working. Currently, it doesn't play, and that is an error when you try to download. Broken link. Audio on this page. Oh.
The audio on this page is fine.
Any specific audio or all the audios, Sue?
I think it's all of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we need to check it first. So we need
And
to
then we need
correct
to fix
if we get any errors in somehow.
So I think instead of task, can we have it as a
Store.
improvement story,
Yeah, sure.
or it is a bug because it's not working, which is already in production, right?
Okay, let's take it as a bug.
Bugs created cannot be changed, I think.
Okay, just do it later.
Okay.
No problem.
We can duplicate it or
Okay.
change it. Okay, we'll take that, Sue.
Okay.
Oh, I've taken this as well. Okay, 2051. Need a broken link fixed so it is accessible. This is
For
for
video
video.
2.1. 2.1,
This
I
is
think this
7,
one. Just play it. It will come.
Okay, Marine, in this first part of the test, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about books. How often do you read for pleasure?
Well, reading is a huge part of my
Let me
life,
check
and
the
to be
download
honest,
option. I think download is
I
not
read
working,
for-
so that is the
Okay.
okay. Take this
It's the
one as
download
also a
button
bug.
here. Then moving on. Need updates done to the reader's catalog so it's accurate. 18 to 24 is the sheet. Update.
So it's just update title. So it is not a create part, it is just update part. 82 don't and
You can take this as a story,
that's the
right?
story.
So we will have this as a story instead of a task.
Yeah, it's lines 18 to 25.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Points. 7 points. 7 titles.
7 titles. Changes and tests we covered. Many points.
Okay. We'll take this. And then I think this.
4 not 4. How common page for 404. Yes, check.
Adding
Okay.
banner kind of.
Currently, we have this and where we need to update the content. Can you please open this? You can show it as well. It is
Blog.
English.
Is this okay? This one? Need
Okay.
any information?
So, actually, this is the existing 404 page for English.com blog, and where we need to update the contents in this page. So whether it is a header part or in middle part, where we need to update this content.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said at the end, Balaji. Could you come a bit closer to the microphone?
Am I audible now, Shiv?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So this is the existing 404 page for English.com blog, and
Yeah.
where we need to update the contents, whether it is a top part like here or whether we need to update in the middle section of the page.
So, oops, that part is to replace page not found.
Okay. Okay,
And
fine.
then the other part is for underneath.
Okay. Oh, please go. Okay, sure. Then fine. So, shall we need to keep the search box in that page, or shall we remove it?
No, keep the search. What does my message say? Does it say anything about search? So you can keep that, and keep or go to homepage can remain as well.
Okay. Okay. Fine for developing. We need to create a new template. If it is a blog, then we need to create a global template. It will take some time. 2.7, including text.
That's it.
So you can leave those PEP ones.
Okay.
And I'm not sure about 1789. Siobhan would have to say about whether that's the right time for this story, because I know she put it in ahead of time. So 1879 is your one.
Yes, flowers. DevOps related. Any sort of 715.
So this to understand just to explain the spike one 1715.
Okay.
When you provided that output of the product data, which was brilliant, by the way, really good and very useful. You can see how we set up the titles. So there's one field, one cell contains the title of the reader and also its level. Is that something that you have seen? Am I explaining?
Can you share your screen and explain what it will look like?
So let's get onto the reader's site.
Stop sharing. You're going to share your screens here?
Just give me a sec.
Okay.
Can you see my screen with level 5 George's Marvelous Medicine?
Yes, you.
So here, all of this information from level to the title, we've got that in one cell. So when the data is exported, the title and the level are in the same cell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Sue.
Yes, it is in the same.
So that's how we have set it up in the past, historically, and that's how it is today. I want to investigate how the impact of taking the level out and just having the title in one cell and the level in the other.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that way we can have a title that is easier to find alphabetically, like G for George, whereas the others are all L, and also it's easier to search.
Okay, Sue.
So that's what I wanted to see. What the effort would be. Is that a manual task? Is it something that can be done by a script?
Yeah, we need to do both manually and technically, because now we are using some JSON files to fetch the information, right? So in this JSON file, so we are just till now we have just mapped with the level name plus the title name in the single cell. So we need to separate it. So we need to work. We have more work in JSON side, and we have some little bit work in development side, because we need to concatenate both the cells together and displaying here, or some basic logical function will go behind, but we have more work in there's some more manual work in the JSON editor.
So that's why I set it up as a spike, so that you could look into the effort required.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I think the entire.
No,
effort.
we need to check,
Investigate?
because we need to investigate, because some of the title already have the level name L1, L2 something, and some of the title doesn't have the level.
Okay.
So we need to explore everything. And
So at the end of the process, the title still needs to be attached to the level. We can't separate them. We don't want to lose the link between those two things, in the same way that we don't want to lose the link between the title and the ISBN. So level 5 is just another property of that title, but I want to be able to display it separately from the title.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that one. Do we? I think. Can we go back to the backlog if I stop sharing?
Yeah. Share it in the section. Into box. Still have bandwidth. Just waiting for approvals. If it approves, I will start the process. Okay, fine. Anything else you have it for this PLC? Go down.
No.
Okay.
I think some of these things are some of these older ones, like there's 645. As a reader's admin, I wish to improve the page load times. I think you're dealing with that, aren't you, by what you're doing?
The same thing that we are already talking about.
No, so this is a different one. So as we suggested already, so we are using the JSON file for getting fetching the content. So we need to migrate it from the JSON to database, and only we can improve the search and other speed related things to reader side. But this time we are doing some server related works, and it will just improve some 2 to 3 seconds. It will reduce some 2 to 3 seconds extra loading time. But this whole concept we need to do by the database level only. So if we need to migrate it from JSON to database, then we'll just we can surely improve the speed for the readers.
Okay. Well, let's leave that for now because I think it's probably enough to be doing some server work.
Okay.
So that's it. That's all I've got really.
Okay, Sue. So I think that's all for today, Sue.
Yep, that's fine. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.